problem. You might recognize online one of the other private projects I'm doing is called shadow government. And what we've done at Quantum Bell, or what I've done personally, is I found a way to exploit these networks where organized crime might use them. For example, Wall Street. I am, inflating Wall Street. I go in and let's say, it's something stupid. I couldn't tell you if anybody has this scheme, but if I wanted to get rich, and I probably will try it just to say I'm able to try it or do it. I could start a penny stock as a corporation and then just access the line under Wall Street and be like, yo, buy this stock, inflate the stock over a course of 3 months, and then sell everything, walk away a rich man. Taking Wall Street with a utility knife, if it makes any sense. And not only that, I flew planes into them with geoengineering. So these guys are spraying our skies. And, a lot of people call them chemtrails or contrails, but what they really are is Scud missiles with wings and passengers. So we're able to identify the mineral or chemical contents across these areas, and where government or other supposed conspiracy or other larger projects cover the disbursement of a problem, 1 in 57 flights is terminal positive for a chemical weapon that is measurable using conventional or publicly accessible means. So the conflict problem is recognized, and again, across whether it's doping of fuel tanks for planes or doping of fogger trucks or other applications of civil abuse, for example, approving water wells over septic systems and then using a directional drill to break the septic system or the lines under elementary schools and etc. I can almost work purely out of a hole dug in the ground. And these holes date back to Vietnam and Korea, and possibly thousands of years ago, men probably dug holes and called them spider holes or whatever they call them. And the operation here, where I've already indicated that this area trained the 9/11 hijackers and was correlated across this, it's also dated directly to the Middle East. So whether the argument's about spiders or the Colorado 4th Infantry and Colorado Springs and just all these references to Germany, Berlin, or Moscow, or Beijing, or Argentina, depending on how the problem is construed, it's best to keep it about what is accessible and try to resolve the problem as a capitalist measure, rather than go through and say, yeah, this is how you guys did it, this is what you did it for 20 years, and let a bunch of dudes start a war. So what I'm trying to do is navigate. It's like walking on eggshells when it comes to resolving this problem, and it's actually a very dangerous issue. When someone comes into these areas, depending on who's deployed it out here, it's a tracking problem, and there's a lot more correlated across it. If I, like the mention of the rat in the cage, apply a consistent energy to a group of people, I already know the result. And what these guys did was deploy it and haul ass back to their country. So the likelihood of these guys even being alive today is very low. If it makes any sense, they might have died in the Iraq War. And that's correlated across Operation Red Dawn, where a Wolverine claw targets this house. In the schools, it also targets the ballots, and Wolverine 1 and 2 took down Saddam Hussein.